listening is often a skill that most learners identify as their weakness. It can sometimes be ignored in the classroom, with less dedicated practice. Although there may be various listening activities, students often struggle with the skills needed to listen effectively, and teachers might neglect to provide lessons on different techniques they can use to develop their listening skills. This listening skills lesson helps learners to practice both listening for gist and listening for detail. These are key aspects of listening. The lesson uses realistic audios in the form of telephone messages. As students are going to be listening to phone messages, the lead-in engages them in the topic of telephones and prompts them to think about how they use their own telephone. The lead-in also gets students using mobile phone-related vocabulary. The pre-listening activity allows for personalization of the topic as learners are asked to think about their own messages, who they think might receive them, and why. The pictures also prompt learners to recall key vocabulary related to the topic. This is a good way for learners to mind map vocabulary that might arise in the listening. In the while listening stage, learners practice listening for gist as they recall what the messages were about. The vocabulary learnt in the pre-listening stage will help them with this activity. If teaching online, remember to check the quality of the sound and ensure that the sound share feature is working. Next, learners focus on listening for more detail. This time, they must listen and mark true or false for certain statements. Listening for detail is another key skill that is practiced here, and one that is useful for students in real life. Post-listening incorporates another key skill, speaking. Learners participate in a role-play activity, leaving their own messages to their partners, and their partner pinpoints what the message is about. Remember, we often incorporate other skills into a skills lesson.